Hello, as requested by many of you, I am going to show you how to do the wardrobe that I made with the Tonic Studios Prom Me to You kit. And I made a wardrobe and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I've got this A4 sheet of card and we're just going to trim this down to 11.5 inches. Just here. Now we're going to score. First of all, we're going to do the glue tab at 1/4 inch. Now, if you've got this Tim Holtz trimmer from Tonic Studios, it will be 1 square. So every square is 1/4 inch. So I use that as my guide. So that's 1/4 inch here. And then from then on, we're going to do 3 more score lines at 1 inch each. Oh, that's a tongue twister. So I just line this up and we score 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So we turn this round and we do the glue tab, 1/4 inch, and 3 score lines at 1 inch each. That's 1. 2, and 3. Okay. I'm going to fold all of these score lines over. And I do use this tool to make sure the crease is good. And same on the other side. Okay, now what I do is just snip the corners of this glue tab. It doesn't have to be neat, doesn't have to be the same size, just snip those off. Then we glue these glue tabs down. So you want to fold this in half to make sure this gets into the right position, and just fold that glue tab over and press into place. Just give that a few seconds to make sure that the glue is stuck down, otherwise it will start lifting off. Okay. And in the meantime, I'm going to go on the other side. And glue that down. Okay, so here you have your 2 columns for the wardrobe. Now, if you've done those measurements correctly, you should have 3 inches in the middle there. So you should have 3 inches here. If you can see that. Okay, so you can see 3 inches in the middle. So what I've done is I have pre-cut everything I need for the middle section. So we've got the 3 strips that go on the top, the middle, the bottom. I have scored them. So this is 4 inches wide and I think 3/4 of an inch in height. And I have scored so that there are 3 inches in the middle. So I'll fold those over so you can see there how that looks. Oh. And I've got 3 of them. I have also got the rail track, which I have done the same. It's slightly smaller. So this is 1/2 inch. And again, I've scored so that there are 3 inches in the middle. I've got 2 of those. And then I've also got the shoe rack. So this would go at the bottom. I've done, let's see how big I've done this. So this is 2 inches by 3 inches. And I have done score lines on the lengthways at 1/4 of an inch each. One will be my glue tab and one will just be used to tuck it in. Now, what I need to do is one of these strips I need to glue onto the shoe rack. So I'll do that first. Just stick this in place. Remember to hold it down for a few seconds. Okay, and while we're here, this, I'm going to just snip these corners off so you don't really see them when it's folded. Okay, so that's the shoe rack, and I'll show you what I mean. This is the wardrobe base. These glue tabs will glue to the inside of here. And when you do these strips, they will be flush with the columns. So make sure that they're the same height and that's your shoe rack, which will be slightly slanted. I'll start gluing these in and you'll see what I mean. So we'll glue this in place. So this is flush to the front and flush to the bottom. Try and get that in place. It can be fidgety to get it in place, but once you've got it in place, there we go. It's easy, so just keep it there for a second. You can even hold it like this, actually, that's a bit better. And just make sure that sticks down. And there you have your shoe rack. Now you could actually make this smaller so that it tucks in better, but I think it tucks in fine. Okay, so then you have one at the top. Again, making sure that it is flush at the front and at the top. I'll turn this around here. Oops. And just making sure they stick there. hold that in place and wait for the glue to dry. Okay, that should do. Then you've got the one in the middle, which separates the top shelf to the bottom shelf. I'm doing this quite randomly. I'm going to do it by eye, but you can measure if you need to. Oops, right. Actually, what you can do is if you've pre-made your jacket, you could use that as a guide, saying that's going to go about there, so this will go about here. Just hold that in place. Oops. While the glue is still wet, it's the best time to move things around. Make sure it's in place properly first. I just want to show you that if done properly, you push the shoe rack up and then you should be able to fold it flat. Okay, so it's easy to post. And then when they open it up, it should go like this. And you can either push that in place, but this is why I use the magnets there, which I'll show you in a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to do the rails should really be, which will go here. Now I need to make the holes for the hangers, and in the Tonic Studios kit there is a piece like this, and it's actually used for the belt of a dress or something like that. So then I'm going to use that here. I'm going to use it twice, 1, 2, to make a rail of tracks. It is slightly curved, that's okay, it doesn't really matter. What you want to do with this is make sure it's as low as possible on the strip, just so that the hanger can clip on. If it's too high, it won't reach. So I'll just do that to both of these, and then you'll see in a second. Okay, so I've done the rails. You can see that they're low down here, and I've got the score tabs for the glue, and I'm just going to put some glue here and here. And again, you can make this thinner actually. I'd probably do a 1/4 of an inch. Is that 1/4 of an inch? That's 1/2 inch. I'd probably do a 1/4 of an inch if I did it again. Looks quite wide. This doesn't have to be flush to the front. I would do this a bit further back. And just trying to glue those in there. Trying to keep it as straight as possible. And there. Okay, and the same for above. It would definitely be better to do 1/4 of an inch. Okay. Oh, didn't fold that. Right. You could actually tuck it under. Tuck it under the strips there. I like it to go further back, but I'll just tuck that under. Just because I did it a bit too thick. Wait for that to dry. Okay, and there you have the base of the wardrobe. And remember that it will, if you lift this up, it will fold flat. Perfect. Okay, oh, the glue didn't dry. My fault. See, you should always let the glue dry. Okay, but we know it folds flat. So the reason I use the magnets is because this is lifted and this has to lift up so you can fold it flat. So what I did is I added some magnets here and to the back so that when it folds open, it will click. So I've got some magnets here. You'll need 4 of these. Oops, 1, 2, oops, 3, and 4. So I've got this double-sided tape. Let's move this up. Which I will add them all onto. So it's 1, oops, 2. I have to see what side I have to do them on. Right, you have to make sure that they clip together, so that's the opposite side. And the same with these. So it's that one. Just double check, yeah, and that one. Right, you have to keep in mind when you do this, one magnet is going here, or 2 of them really, but one will be here and the other one will be on the other side. So you have the sticky tape on the negative side. Oh, okay, opposites have to attract. So what I do here, oops, getting stuck, is I just cut around the magnet very quickly. It doesn't have to be neat. So I would peel that backing off and place the magnet on this tab. Okay? Right. Then and attach it to this side. Okay. Now put this in place to where you want it. You might need to hold it down because it might lift up. And it should just attach itself. So I'll show you again on this one. Okay, because you've got the double-sided tape on here. And again, it magnetizes to them. So you can lift these up and they will click into place. So I'll show you. So it goes flat. Someone opens it and you just slight push and it goes into place. So that's what the magnets are for. To cover these, you could have a strip here of plain cardstock and one here, for example, but you could have a longer one and have your message on there. And you can cover that, maybe with some foam pads, cover that up there. And that's where you have the wardrobe. So I have pre-cut all of these pieces and I just want to show you how I put these together. So I had my hangers, I've got my ties. We're going to make a tie rack and I'm going to show you how I did the backing because the die cut currently only cuts that, which you're supposed to put the shirt. Oh, there's another die piece for a shirt you can put behind here. But in your wardrobe, you don't hang it up with the shirt and the jacket like that. So I did a backing and I created my own shirts as well in there as well. Got my shoes and all the little trimmings for the jackets and stuff like that. First of all, I'll start with the trousers because that I think is easiest. All I did, fold it in half like you would a normal pair of trousers and fold it in half again. I put the bottom of the trousers slightly overlapping underneath and folded that in place. So you will need a bit of glue. Just get my glue. You'll need a touch of glue to keep them together in between here. Press that down. And then you grab a hanger and you you just fold. So I think I glued here and there. And you fold them over like that. Remember to press into place for the glue to dry. Oops, so that's the trousers hanging over the hanger. So that's one thing. I'll do the other one actually quickly. So glue the hanger, attach the front of the jacket to the hanger. So the shoulders are resting on there. Got excess glue, never mind. Okay, then you put this. Glue that on in place. So that's why you've got your then I think I glued that onto here. That's your jacket, but we still need to add these little bits. Got the buttons, 1, 2, 3. And you've got your little pockets here. It does also come with a pocket here, but I think I either didn't cut it or I've lost it, which is fine. And that's a jacket down. Shirt, same sort of principle. I think I just folded this up and I had the hanger. You back it onto the same white backing And then the buttons, which I didn't cut enough this time, but the buttons I did all the way to the top. Do a bit of glue here, a bit of glue there. And I created my own collar. So once that's glued on, you just cut that off. So that's one. And the other one. Glue, glue, cover. It's a bit harder once you've got the hanger in place. Now the buttons, like I said, I don't have them all, but I'm just going to do that. That's one. Two. Three. You probably have six. You can do them all the way down. So that's the shirt. And then there's the tie rack, which would include 3 hangers. If I remember correctly, I cut the hanger off on 2 of them. There's one. Okay, and then I did a strip in the middle. That would go between here and there. So I'll run, oh, does it go to the bottom? Maybe it does. So on the back you glue 1, 2, 3, 4. And glue that down, it just keeps them in place. Now the ties, I think I just folded like this. So you fold that top bit down. So that you've got 1, 2, hold the glue in place. Okay, and that's your tie rack. So you can add your jacket and your trousers. It's gonna be hard for me to show you, but you've got all your little pieces here and it all fits lovely. Oh, I forgot to put the shoes on. So this piece die cuts the shoes, and you do get one left foot and one right foot, as you can see. But as we want to show this at an angle, what I did was put 2 left feet together and 2 right feet together so that it looks like you're looking at it at that angle. So I'll just glue these in quickly. So there you have it. That's the basis of this wardrobe. And of course, I've only done men's suit items, but you can decorate this how you like. In the Tonic Studios craft kit, there are dresses, there are tops. You can adapt them in so many ways, so you can do whatever items of clothes that you like. And this is just showing you literally just the basics of how the structure of the wardrobe works. But if you do make this, please do let me know. I'd love to know how you get on. And if you have any questions, please do ask. Thank you.